Hello, greetings, dear ones. How are you? My name is Cindy St. Martin, and I'm certified angel therapist, certified in holistic health and mindfulness, and a Reiki master for your mind, body, spirit, and soul. And thank you for joining me for my live web broadcast here on Facebook for a prayer from Archangel Michael, an intuitive angel reading. So thank you all for those who will be joining me now and for those who will be watching later. I've been away most of the week last week, so haven't had time to come live, but I thought I'd just pop in unannounced and do this live reading. I am uh, here at Tilly's Shore House and enjoying the weather and enjoying the time that we're sharing together. And so thank you for popping in being with me. So I'm going to go ahead right now and shuffle the Archangel Michael prayer cards, and we'll see what message and prayer that Archangel Michael has for us for today. Right before we have our solar eclipse that's happening on Monday, and I'll get back to you more about the powers and the wonders and the magnificence of this wonderful event that's about ready to take place. So I already called upon God, the Ascendant Masters, the angels and archangels to be with me, and because of law of attraction and power of intention, I cannot select the wrong card. So for those of you who are joining me now, and those even afterwards, go ahead and send me your angels and meet and greet with my angels so we can really have an awesome reading today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. We'll see what Archangel Michael has to say for us. So Archangel Michael tells us it's time to leave this unhealthy situation. And the prayer reads, it says, Archangel Michael, what parts of my life do I need to focus on more closely right now? Thank you for helping me hear your answers and for giving me the courage to make healthy changes in my life. Of course, unhealthy situations could be anything. It could be diet, it could be people, it could be a job, it could be just a habit that you have that is not good for you. And usually unhealthy situations is something that we've been thinking about and worrying about or stressing over. Anything that makes you stressed out, make you worry, make you angry, make you frustrated is an unhealthy situation with that. And you need to address that. And this is becoming even more powerful, especially because we're still under Mercury retrograde and we have that wonderful solar eclipse that's about ready to happen on Monday. But we're still feeling those energies. We've been feeling the energies of the solar eclipse that's about ready to happen. And of course, we will feel it again, I think, for months afterwards, that we will get the effects of it. Hello, beautiful Deanna. Thank you for joining me tonight, all the way from South Africa. Thank you so much. I'm glad you can pop in, especially I'm coming streaming live earlier today, right now. So go ahead and call on Archangel Michael to help you to leave any unhealthy situation that you're going through. Maybe it's your ego. Maybe that's what you have to work on. That's what you have to leave, that ego. There's those unhealthy negative thoughts that you're having, or the worry, the concern. So you want to, leave that situation, leave these things behind you, whatever it is. And we all have something that we want to make ourselves better with, that we know it's not good for us and that we want to enhance. Hey, PJ, thank you for joining me tonight. And thank you, Deanna, for the love. Thank you all for the love that you're showing me. Thank you and support. So go ahead. Time to think about it. Time to put things in action, into motion. We have our angels. We have for support that's going to help us. Going to send us information and things that we need to even get us to a place of healthy thinking, healthy acting, anything that's healthy for us. It's going to help us get there. And this is the time, especially with Mercury in retrograde. During the retrograde is always a time to look back and see what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and start putting things, start making a plan to put things. But this solar eclipse, yeah, it's gonna be pretty awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the angel tarot cards, and we'll see what divine messages from our angels have for us to support and inspire. And believe me, when I do this, it inspires and helps me too, because the angels are speaking through me, this connection that I have. So it's a message for me too as well. So it inspires me, and I certainly get a lot out of it. So if you haven't sent me your angels, go ahead and send them to me. Help with the reading today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the deck. See what messages. And the first card is the Queen of Air. And it says objective decision making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in the situation. Okay, so we're going to go back to what Archangel Michael said about time to leave this unhealthy situation. And of course, the amazing energy, universal energies that are around us. So no wonder that we're getting confirmation about what Archangel Michael says, and of course, what's going on. But clearing away what no longer serves you. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation. Okay? It's time to go ahead and do that. Clear it away. Now is the time. Be objective on your decision making. If you know something isn't right, and we all know it's something we've been thinking about for a while. It's not something that just popped in our mind. It's something that we've been thinking about for a while, something that makes us angry, stresses us out, makes us worry, to have concern. This is the time to do that. And of course, if you are worried, concerned, frustrated, or angry, that's ego. So we want to really make sure that we let that ego go to bring peace into our lives. But be objective on your decision making. Okay? Go ahead and find the balance, say, and a lot of times, when we know we're supposed to make a change, a drastic change, we seem to find reasons or excuses to keep it the same. When we know, and no, this isn't working, we have to make the change, or we're fearful to make the changes. When we're guided to make changes, we're guided to do this. Don't be fearful. Go ahead and do this. Be brave. Go ahead and do that. See the humor in the situation. And those of you that know me, that I pretty much find things pretty humorous. Even dumb ego stuff, I find pretty humorous in that. And this is the energy that you want to draw to you, your law of attraction, your karma in that way. So it's time. Archangel Michael is telling us, and the angels are telling us, clearing away all that no longer serves us. It's time to leave an unhealthy situation. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. Thank you for the love and being so kind and sweet. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Your love and support, and all of your love and support that you all show and give me. Thank you so much. So, when we do this, when we're getting through this solar eclipse and getting through the Mercury retrograde and making these choices and decisions and figuring things out, what works and doesn't work, the Star card comes up, and Archangel Jophiel is supporting this message and says, happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans because you're on the right path. When we follow our guidance, when we follow our intuition, when we follow what the angels are telling us, where God is leading us, you can't help but be in a happy place, or having happy times, or peaceful, wonderful times. We just have to follow that path. We just have to stick with that path. That message is coming from our angels. The message is coming from God. It's going to guide us and keep us on that path. It always brings happiness. When we don't listen to our intuition, when we are not making objective decisions, decisions, when we choose to stay in an unhealthy situation, no, we're not going to be happy. It's just not, we're not going to do it because it's full of ego. And remember, ego makes us weak. It makes us, it lowers our energies, makes us weak, makes us sad, makes us upset, makes all these wonderful things and terrible things that happen to us. When we let that go and say, you know what, I'm walking away from it. I'm going to choose the way, the divine path, because that way is the only way that's going to make things happy. Make positive, optimistic, long-term plans and stick with it. We can sometimes get pulled back. This is when you call on Archangel Michael. You call on your angels. Lord Ganesh's birthday, Ascended Master. His birthday is on the 25th of this week. So this is time to call on Ganesh to remove obstacles in our way, to bring many blessings that are given to us. So a whole lot of things that are going on right now as far as energies and wonderful things. Hello, Nahi. I hope I pronounced your name. Thank you, my beautiful friend, for greeting me today with love. Exactly. PG, you're absolutely right. When we doubt, we're in ego. Because ego is everything that's negative: worry, fear, doubt, lacking courage, lack of confidence, finding fault, blaming, hatred, jealousy, all those terrible thoughts. If your thoughts or actions or words don't bring peace to you and calmness and love to you, then it's ego. So if something makes you angry and you're saying these words, trying to get back to somebody or anything like that, or you speak in anger or anything that you do, know that's ego. If you're worried or you're doubtful, never doubt of who you are. Never doubt your powers. Never doubt that you have support behind you, your angels, to go ahead and make these changes and things that you need to do. And you know what? When we do this, like Archangel Jophiel tells us, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, leave the unhealthy situations, then we're being supported. The Queen of Fire is next. Hello, Marlene. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you so much. So when we do all this stuff, then the angels are supporting us, telling us, go ahead and stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. So don't worry about second guessing. You know something's unhealthy for you. The thing, whether it's your thoughts, changing your ego, whether it's something you're involved with, a person, a situation, whatever that is, habits that you know that are unhealthy to you, just go ahead and insert your independence. Make the move to make the changes. You are being supported. I would say one of the best things that could ever happen to any of us is being fed up. Because once we're fed up, then change happens. And with change always brings wonderful things. You may not see it right away, and you should see it right away because it's always wonderful. When we have God, we keep God. When we stay close to our loving Creator, then we know that everything that happens to us is a blessing and is always positive and wonderful in our lives, that these things are created. There's never a bad thing. That's ego. And God is egoless. So when you're thinking of bad things and terrible things, you totally disconnect it from God completely, and all the blessings that come with it, and all the love that comes with it, you disconnect from that. So you chose to disconnect from all these wonderful things and love and God by choosing the thoughts of the ego. And you don't want to disconnect because God, like I said, God is egoless. There's no ego in him. So if you have an ego thought, you're not connected to God. You're not connected to spirit. You're not connected to your source of power. You're connected to your source of weakness. So it's a choice. You let it go. And the best way that that I say is, if a thought or an action or a word does not bring instant peace and calmness and love, then it's ego. So ask your angels to help you to be aware of what you're thinking, what you're saying, what you're doing, in order so you can reconnect to source and say, I'm letting this go because I'm a child of God. There's no reason for me to doubt because I know it's there. There is no reason for me to worry because it's already been created. Wonderful things. See that when you know your source, when you know your power, when you know you're connected to God, there's no need for worry because it's there. It's taken care of. There's no need to doubt because it's there. It's already taken care of. Okay. There's no reason to hate because you accept people and you know that they are who they're supposed to be, and that you are given the opportunity to show compassion, show understanding, maybe show forgiveness, whatever it is. You're given the opportunity to use your divine gifts and your divine powers on any situation, whether you think of it as a negative situation or not, and it isn't. It's a blessing. It's there to bless you, not to punish you. God doesn't let these things happen to punish you. So stop looking at you being punished or whatever that you may think that's happening to you. That's not the truth. That's not what's really happening. When you think that, then you're disconnecting from your power, your source. You're disconnecting. You're pulling the plug from being with God. So you don't see things in a negative way, to stay connected, to stay blessings, to create the karma that you are deserving of. You don't want to disconnect from that. So stay away from ego. Ego is the number one problem to all problems. It's the only thing that creates problems, the only thing that thinks it's real and it's not real. And so you want to make sure that you pay close attention to what is ego if you're having an ego thought. And remember, ego, EGO, stands for edging God out. And if you edge him out, you're not finding happiness. You're not feeling the love. You're not creating wonderful things in your life. You're not creating abundance. None of that. And you have full control over you. Nobody else has power over you. People think that because that there's people could send you bad energy and things like that. If you allow them to connect to you, that can happen. But in reality, they can't do that. No one can hurt a child of God. No one. No one can cause harm to a child of God. It just doesn't happen unless you allow it to happen, unless you see it, unless you create that harm. It just doesn't happen. God is so powerful and wonderful. Nothing can harm you. Nothing bad can happen to you. Only ego and ego thoughts. And so once you get into that mindset and you know that you are a child of God, that nothing can harm you. And it's having confidence. It's not being, what people say, cocky attitude. No, because if you have a cocky attitude, that's totally ego. So just doesn't exist. But having the confidence and the wisdom and the knowledge to know that everything is perfect the way it's supposed to be, and how we are all blessings. Good, Jasmine. Very good. Nope. Don't want to edge God out on every thought and situation that you have. So I'm going ahead. I'm shuffling. We're going to tap into our love angels. I'm shuffling the Whisper of Love cards, and we'll see what message our angels have for us. Tilly's taking a snooze on the sofa. He's tired out. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to cut the deck and see what our love angels have to say. Nahed had just said, wish for her. We can wish for things, but when you wish for things, then you're admitting you're without. And that's a form of ego. But when you are with God, then you know it already exists. It's already in front of you, and that it will come to you at the perfect time. We don't want things to come to us at the wrong time. We want things to come to us at the perfect time. So one of the amazing, wonderful gifts that God has given us is the gift of patience and understanding and knowledge and wisdom to know that these things are true. That everything, we are always where we're supposed to be. Everything that happens to us is supposed to happen to us to bless us. Okay? So you could play around and say, "Oh yeah, I wish that was me," or "I wish that was." No, don't put that energy out there. It's not who you're supposed to be. Trust in everything that happens to you. So the first card from our Whisper Love cards from our Love Angels is forgiveness. And the card reads, it says, nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. This goes perfect with the Archangel Michael card. It's time to leave this unhealthy situation, and the Queen of Air card. Again, making the choices that we need to make. We're being supported by the solar eclipse and by Mercury retrograde, and we had a lunar eclipse. So this month of August has been a very powerful time for making changes, and of course offering forgiveness. Now, those who know me know I'm going to say this, and I'll explain this, that we should never forgive. That God doesn't forgive. And because in order to forgive, you have to find faults. You have to find a problem or situation. And since God loves us unconditionally, he doesn't find fault. He doesn't find a problem. He knows that everything is a blessing, that we are a blessing. So he doesn't forgive. There's no need to forgive because there's nothing wrong there. But we as humans, since we have these egos, remember God is egoless, so it doesn't happen to him. Since we have these egos and free will to choose, that we might be holding on to something that someone's done to us years ago, whatever, or we've done to somebody else, or the situation, and to offer forgiveness is just surrender it and let it go. Okay. You've done nothing wrong, and they have done nothing wrong. The only thing that's wrong is ego in the situation, that we find fault with it. Remember, situations and people come to us, and things happen for us to gain wisdom, to trust in our divine abilities. A mean and nasty person is perfect, just the way they are. They're very perfect at being mean and nasty. So God might say, mean and nasty person, I think you need to go see Cindy today because you need some blessings. So here we go. This mean and nasty person comes to me, being mean and nasty. I have an opportunity here. God gave me an opportunity to either choose ego or choose the will of the ego or divine will. So if I choose ego, I'm going to get offended. I'm going to get mean and nasty back to them. Nobody's going to talk to me like that. I'm going to take care of this blah, 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 blah. So I created havoc. I created anger. And these energies that go out there. Or I can choose the opportunity of divine will, divine power. And I could say, recognize, wow, this person's really suffering here. I'm going to show them some love. I'm going to be kind to them. And now I just overflow this person, being kind to them, talking to them very nicely and keeping monotone. Don't let their negative energies explode, which the world and the universe doesn't need. We need love, and to show them some love. So God sent me this mean and nasty person because he knew I was going to show them some love that they needed. So if God sends you a mean and nasty person or a situation or a person, no matter what it is, it's because you're supposed to love them. You're given the opportunity to show love, to create a karma, a law of attraction, to live in God's energy and his love. You're not there to harm. That's not your purpose. So we need these situations. We need these type of people in these situations that are created. Now, again, we want to think about leaving an unhealthy situation. Even if we're with someone who's disrespectful of what they're doing to us. We're given the opportunity to choose to make our lives better, or to live continuously in a life of ego, of uh, of terrible, sadness. So you're giving a choice here. He's letting you see what's the choice of what your life is going to be, if you're going to stay with this person, if you're going to stay with this job. You have a choice. Now, some people say, well, how am I going to live by myself? Or how am I going to pay my bills? How I can't leave my job. I can't leave this person. I'm going to, well, that's ego. You're absolutely right. But when you stay in the form of divine will, you know what? Yeah, I can leave this person. I can make these changes because I am provided for. That I am positive, confident that I am never without. That God takes care of me. Love. I can't tell you how many times. Maybe it's like 3 or 4 times where I had just walked out on a job. Now I'm not telling you to do this. This is your choice, but I'm telling you from my own experience and how I was fearless and had confidence, where I would walk out on a job on a Friday, just quit right then and there, and I had a new job coming Monday. Or I would decide I'm going to quit my job on Friday, but I need a few weeks off to relax, to get it together. And then I'll put out the weeks after. I can say I need 6 weeks off. The next the job comes in 6 weeks. This has happened to me over and over again. I can't tell you, because I had confidence to know that I am being taken care of. I am fearless. We're put in situations to make the changes in our lives, to see if we are egoless like God, if we have trust, if we have confidence in what we're going to go ahead and do it. Trust that everything is going to work out. As soon as you put fear, worry, or concern in there, you just blocked all the wonderful things that are coming to you. So you want to let that go. Offer forgiveness, offer up these things. Nothing gained by holding on to past disappointment and past experience. You don't want to do that. Let that go. And again, allow yourself to create. It's time to leave an unhealthy situation. Go ahead and make the changes. Don't be fearful. You're covered. Believe me, you're covered no matter what. And it's perfect. The next card is, it says, be in the present and dream of the future. And it says, when we dream, everything is possible. Okay, I'm gonna come back to this card, and I'm gonna call that. Now here they're gonna respond. She says, but sometimes we need to avoid them to recharge our energy. When we're around negative people, yeah, we have to disconnect from them. We cannot stay around a negative person or situation, because it will drain us. They attach these cords to us, these invisible cords to us, and every time they think about us, they drain us. That they're drawn. And I know sometimes I'm the same way. I gotta stay quiet. I gotta get to a quiet place, disconnect from everybody, so the TV doesn't go on. I just stay in a quiet place and reconnect. Make sure my connection to God, to my Creator, is a lot stronger. Also, we are giving opportunities to maybe disconnect from these people altogether, and just keep it in. Sometimes we can't do that. The family members, whatever. We can keep things cordial, keep things friendly, but disconnect from them altogether. Because sometimes we're with people who, no matter what we say or do, we're not going to, we can't do anything right to them. And of course, in reality, we're always doing everything right, who we're supposed to be. Okay, so we're not here to prove ourselves to anyone. We're here to be true to who we are supposed to be. We're not here to make anybody happy or to do things. Yeah, we're here to give and do. If someone doesn't find happiness in what we do, oh wow, that's not what we're here for. Okay, if you're connected to someone who finds fault with you, then you connect with them, then you agree with them. There's something wrong with you. But when you disconnect from them, then you're sending a really strong message to God, the universe, that you recognize your brilliance, that this person has no effect on who you are supposed to be. and that you are connected, that you are a child of God, that you are in his favor and in his blessings. What other people think of you, what they say, really has nothing to do with you. Hello, Rashida. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Thank you, my dear. So let's get back to this card. It says, be in the present and dream of the future. And it says, when we dream, everything is possible. Yeah, we all assume, that we're not going to die this afternoon or tonight or tomorrow. We assume that we're going to be here for however long we're supposed to be here. But that might not be true. So we don't know. So when this card says, be in the present, be in the now, okay? Pay attention to what you're doing now, what you're creating right now. Because whatever you're creating, whether it's based on ego or divine will, predicts your future. It's going to predict your future. So be in the present and dream of the future. If you're dreaming of buying a home one day, but you're living in the present moment and having doubts about that, that dream's not going to come true. If you're worried about, if you're dreaming of starting a new job or a new business, but you're worried about it today, how you're going to do this, that you can't do this, you're finding fault with it, that dream is not going to become a reality. So be in the present, pay attention to what you're thinking about, what you're doing, and staying positive that you can create. Don't use self-doubt. Don't use self-worry. Don't base it on ego, because that's the karma that you are creating. You don't want to do that. Now, also, if this is your last day on earth, you don't want to cross over. And so when you come back in your next life, bringing back old karma from this life, you don't want to do that. You want to keep your present moment and what you're doing here and now to stay positive, stay connected to source and power. If you go tomorrow and you have worry and concern and hatred and finding fault with people and blaming, you're going to carry that into your next lifetime because you didn't learn it in this lifetime. So you want to make sure that you really pay attention to being in the present moment, what you are creating, what you are going to be manifesting in the future. The future could still be here in this earthly realm, or the future could be in your next lifetime. Okay, so pay attention very closely. The only thing that counts is here and now, what's happening right now, what you are creating, what you are manifesting, the karma and the law of attraction right now. So keeping your thoughts, staying in God's love. Okay, that's where you want to be. That's where you have to be. That's where you should be. The third card from our love angels says, ask for help. And it says, what is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support that you need. Exactly right. So she had wrote, she says, 3 years ago, I went through brain hemorrhage and felt like I met God and believed that we should disconnect from the negative people and the people who bring feelings of negativity and hate. I believe that God sent me back to finish my mission, and staying positive is being part of it. Absolutely. Sometimes we need something drastic to happen in our lives to wake us up. God's like, crazy things happen to us to shake us up. We're not paying attention to the messages that we're getting. So all of a sudden he shakes things up and makes things happen. And sometimes there are drastic situations that happen that's going to help bring us closer to him, to connect with him, to empower us and enlighten us. And so if you go through something drastic in your life, a life-changing situation, God is saying, you're not done yet. You got to get it right, okay? And that's exactly what happened to you. I'm not sure, I hope I pronounced it correctly. same thing with you. So now you know you're making these changes. You have this better awareness, this enlightenment that happens to you that's going to be empowering you. And that's right, you're not done yet. You still have things that you have to do on this earth. And the number one thing for all of us is to be to serve, to be an earth angel. And we all are supposed to be doing this. And how we do this is by showing love. And of course, the number one person that you need to show love to is yourself. Absolutely. And that's why you need to ask for help. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. What do you need help? It's time to leave this unhealthy situation that Archangel Michael says. But we need help. Sometimes we need help. So ask for help. Believe me, it's there. But because we have free will, we have to ask for it. And when you ask, then you know it's present, that it's there. Okay? When you ask, then you know it's real. Okay? So this is when that makes your connection even stronger. Now, you have to make sure that you are willing to receive help. Love yourself. Accept the help. It's out there. Say nobody. Don't put yourself in a position. Nobody helps me. I help so many people. I do so much for people. I've done so much for this person or that person, and when I need help, they're not here for me. Stop it. They're not the right ones to help you. Why are you expecting the wrong person to help you? And of course, you don't help other people wanting something in return, because then that's ego. You help other people, you do things for someone to create a karma that's going to come to you. Don't expect the return. Don't do something for someone and expect it in return. You can't, it doesn't work that way. It's going to make you angry, it's going to make you frustrated, whatever it is that way. You have to stay connected to that. So if someone is not the right person to help you, don't expect anything more from that. You got a clear message, they're not the right one, keep moving on. You'll find the right person to help you. You want the right person to help you, not the wrong person. And you definitely don't want to force someone to feel obligated to you. Again, that's ego, that's controlling. Or trying to make someone feel guilty for not helping you. Again, that's ego, that's controlling. You are weak when you do that. Say, okay, thank you. Say, they're not the right one. Okay, God, please send me the right one to help me. I can't figure this out right now. Or call on your angels to help you do that. Exactly. Giving is the best way to be happy. So, but make sure you give without expecting anything in return. That's the biggest thing that a lot of people say. Oh, I've done for you. I've done all these things for you. I was there for you with this, and I was there for you for that. And this is how you pay respects to me. This is how you treat me. Stop it. Stop it. It's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. So, okay, that's our reading. Oh, I didn't bring my, forgot my law of attraction cards. But that is the reading for today that I have for you. So I hope it enlightens and inspires you. Those who are in Saturday afternoon like me, enjoy your Saturday night. Those who are heading into Sunday, enjoy your Sunday, your weekend. It's very warm and humid where I am. So we're staying a little bit indoors in the air conditioning to stay cool today. But know that you're powerful when you're in the knowing, when you have God, the Ascended Masters, the angels and archangels behind you. You're powerful. There is no stopping you. Please share this video if you think it will inspire someone and encourage them and enlighten them. Go ahead. It's part of your mission to share healing with others, or relay the message yourself, what you have learned, whichever works for you. God blesses you for doing it. Absolutely. So go ahead and do that. And so please allow your love and peace to fall down upon the earth. It is very much needed, especially during the solar eclipse, because this eclipse is so powerful. It can change things, ego energies into massive things. So we want to make sure that the earth is covered with love and peace. So allow your energies to fall down upon that. And of course, God blesses and loves you, and so do I. So thank you for being with me, and and hanging out with me today. I missed you all last week, but we'll try and get back to a normal schedule for next week. I definitely will be coming live on Monday night with the solar eclipse. So I don't know about tomorrow night, but enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll send you lots of love, kisses, blessings, hugs from me to you. And of course, I wish you all namaste. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Enjoy. Bye-bye. Thank you all for your love and support too. Thank you.